so that you can try to connect better.
You're live.
Yes. All right. Good morning, students. Are we all here? I don't know if I can get any responses. Welcome to Santa Monica College. This is a very exciting day for us because just like you, a lot of your faculty are now coming on board and beginning the semester. We are conducting a special workshop for you, and it's going to focus all on how to prepare for success and getting the most out of your college professors. Oh, Nicole?
Yes, hello.
Can you mute? Can you mute?
Absolutely.
So like I was saying, the workshop will focus on how to success and getting the most out of your college professors. Here you're going to hear from a couple of us. We are all professors from a college level course and what you can do to ensure that you are successful, not just in your first semester, but your first year and then after. So first, we're going to do a couple of faculty introductions. We're going to talk a little bit about what our disciplines are, the courses that we teach, and why it is that we teach at the community college. So I'll start with Jing first.
Me? Okay.
Sure.
Hi, everyone. It's so great to having you here, but I cannot see you. But I believe there's a lot of students out there. So good morning. My name's Jing. Many of my students just call me Professor Jing. I think it's cute and I like it. I'm in earth science. I teach geography and, well, to be specific, physical geography and GIS, so which stands for Geographic Information System. So we use computers and internet to study the physical geography and human geography phenomena. So, well, I got my PhD from University of Wisconsin-Madison in 2015. And in 2015, I got this job. I was so lucky that year to teach in community college, in Santa Monica College. Why I choose community college? Well, I just love teaching. Well, I every day I cannot wait to share my knowledge, my understanding about our beautiful Earth with my students, and especially after I got here in LA, I become more loving in teaching actually because I value the diversity of our school, which I cannot get in other school. For example, University of Wisconsin-Madison. So I value each of my individual students. And also because they bring, more perspective. I wouldn't have known from my own perspective. As you can see from my accent, I'm from China, and I can tell a lot from China, but I know very little about U.S. culture and other cultures. But we see our students from all over the place, so that's why I love teaching in our school.
Thank you, Jing. Now let's turn over to Nicole. Nicole, can you hear us? I think Nicole may be having a couple of technical difficulties. Oh, yes, there we go.
I am. So I can hear you all, but it's delayed. And I believe that what you hear from me is also delayed. So I apologize for that, but I will go forward with my introduction, which I assume you can hear, even though you're not hearing it when I say it. Okay, so my name is Nicole Blackwell, and I teach in the English department at Santa Monica College. I teach English 1+28 and English 2. I am actually celebrating 15 years as an instructor at Santa Monica College, so I'm very excited about that. Like Professor Jing, this is definitely my life's passion, and I am very excited that you all will be joining us at Santa Monica College. I have chosen to teach at the community college level because I believe that everybody is here. Everybody is here at the community college level. We have students who are planning to go directly into their career, students who are transferring on to four-year institutions, people from the community who just want to enhance their skills or knowledge of various things. I love the academic environment because we have extraordinary and dynamic events all the time, even in this virtual environment that we can participate in so that we can really foster lifelong learning. And so again, I'm very excited that you are here and hope that we can share some things to make your journey that much more beneficial.
Okay, thank you, Nicole. So let me introduce myself. I'm Dr. Luis Andrade, and I teach in the discipline of communication studies. More specifically, I teach classes that are focused on oral communication, so anything that has to do with public speaking or argumentation or rhetoric and persuasion. I teach a variety of courses: Comm Studies 9, 11, 16, 20, 21, 31, 310, a lot of them. You may have to take a public speaking class at one point, so feel free to come and talk to me. I'll hook you up and I'll work with you for sure. I know public speaking is one of the biggest fears that a lot of people have across the world, so I can help you out. But anyway, part of the reason why I really like teaching at community colleges, just like my colleagues have said, is that we have such a big diversity and so many backgrounds at our school, not just in the student population, but also in faculty population, which makes it very beautiful to be in a community and be in a village that really supports each other. I also really like the fact that we have a very strong transfer culture. And because a lot of my colleagues and I are very knowledgeable about four-year universities and graduate school, we really know how to prepare you for success if you are looking for transfer. Otherwise, we also have a really strong emphasis on certificates and getting an AA degree or some kind of degree that will help you get into the workforce. And because so many of my faculty are strong in workforce knowledge, we can also prepare you there. Lastly, I really like the maturity of our students. A lot of our students are here because they know exactly where they want to go, and that makes it a very, very cool kind of environment to be teaching in. All right, so now that we did a couple of introductions, I do have some guiding questions for our faculty that will help you, again, to kind of master how it is that you can succeed in college. All right, so let me begin with this first question. Jing, Nicole, how are college courses different from high school courses?
Well, I can get started. Well, first, I think college courses, the schedule actually is up to you. So, you choose your courses, and maybe one course in the morning and the other one in the evening. So you really need to plan out for the entire day, even the entire week.
So sorry.
Technical difficulties. It's okay. Go ahead, Jane.
Yeah. Yeah, and another thing I feel our courses is about, we have, a lot of class sizes. I teach, big classes, small classes. Big classes can be 50, 60 students, 50 students in my classes, but smaller classes like 25. So you will see different people, different size of the classes. So that is another difference. And the most important thing, I think, college classes and the courses, actually, you should put yourself in the center of this education. So maybe in high school, your teacher will plan out how you study. Okay, your day, you need to finish this homework. And when you finish it, you're done, you're good. But no, in college, you need to set yourself at the center of your education. But don't think you're isolated. You're just, on your own. Your teacher and your classmates, we are building this learning community. You should get the resources, the information from your community, which means you need to talk to people. You need to reach out to your professors, to make friends with your classmates, to build this learning community. We support each other. I think that is the most important thing you need to do in college.
I won't add too much to what Professor Jing just said, other than one of the things that you should expect is that oftentimes the academic expectations are a lot higher than they are in high school, meaning that because the classes here will kind of stack on each other, you will have introductory classes, then getting into intermediate classes, and then getting into more advanced classes in your specific majors. It's really important that you keep in mind that it's going to get a little bit harder and harder as you progress through your degree. But that does not mean that just because it is harder that you cannot do it. Because at Santa Monica College, we have so many resources available for you, including resources that you may need for very beginning classes. So if you know that, just like me, I had to learn English as a second language, if you know that you are going to need a lot of resources for your writing, to improve your grammar, especially for classes that are really writing intensive, there are resources on campus that are always open for you so that you can take advantage of them. And that's only the tip of the iceberg. There are so many other resources that we're going to talk about throughout the workshop today, including financial aid resources or resources that you can get at the library, or even resources that you can get for any community building or extracurricular activities that you want to be involved in on campus as well. Okay, so that academic rigor, for sure, you can expect a little bit more of. Okay, Jane, would you like to add anything else to that question? I know Nicole.
Yeah, I think that I totally agree. And another thing I want to add is, well, I want you to get your research journey from our community college, the course. So in high school, you probably, finish your homework, that's it. But in college classes, most of your homework actually is not that much, it's not that, easy, but you totally can do that. Why I say that is difficult, it's a little bit harder than your high school homework, because we have a lot of, open-end questions. Your professors will encourage you to explore more because we want to prepare you, especially if you have your transfer goal in mind. We want to prepare you for the 4-year institutions. And after that, you will get your bachelor, maybe master, maybe a PhD. So you will become a knowledge consumer, from a knowledge consumer to a knowledge creator. You will do your research, like now COVID-19, right? A lot of scientists, researchers, they are working on that vaccine, which never existed before. So that's called research. So we want to get you prepared on this skill set. So expect, you have higher expectation, like Luis said, on your homework and all the assignments.
Thank you, Jing. So let me now transition on to our second question, and that is, what is a syllabus and why does it matter?
Syllabus, well, it's actually like one thing is like a contract between you and me. And another thing actually is provide you the most important information of the courses you are going to take. So I will encourage you to read that line by line very carefully to learn the class description, the learning outcomes, how the grading policy works, okay, and the expectations on you, and also how you expect your professor. What do you expect to learn from your professor? I think that is the number one document you should read through in every semester.
Great. The only thing I will add to that is some of you may have had a syllabus in some of your high school courses, or if you've already taken a college class, you may have gotten it. And it is that one packet of information that you get at the beginning of the semester that every single professor puts so much time and effort into. Is that this is the contract, like Jin said, that is going to tell you everything that you are going to do throughout the semester. The one thing that I tell my students is that one of the things that you should be very mindful of is in that contract, all of your grade points or percentages are going to be listed. So if you are the type of student that is very determined to do well in a class, make sure that you keep track of your points and your grades throughout the semester, because oftentimes if you are in the middle of the semester and you're kind of lost and not really know what your grade is, chances are you will be able to find the answer to those questions in the syllabus, because that's where all of the assignments will have already been listed. In addition, since we are in a virtual world at the moment, and even when we were not, most of our professors utilize software like Canvas, where they will upload and update all of your points and your grades throughout the semester. So checking both the syllabus as well as Canvas, or even talking to the professor about where you are, is going to be very helpful. Okay. Now, Nicole, you joined us. We're answering the question about what the syllabus is and why does it matter. So we just kind of briefly went over what it is as a contract at the beginning of the semester, what it includes, and why it's important for students to be very mindful of what's in the syllabus throughout the semester, as well, most importantly, for their grades.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure I don't get any feedback. I got a lot of feedback. I'm going to try this.
Hey, Nicole, maybe it's better if you can maybe monitor the discussion and let Luis and Jing keep your mic muted, work the discussion, and let Luis and Jing answer the questions. Thank you.
Okay, so the next question that we have is, what are office hours and how can a student make the most out of them?
I can tell you my best students, they visit my office hour very often. So office hour is like, it's the reserved time. I reserve these time slots for my students to ask questions. Like Luis and I, we mentioned before, our college courses a little bit challenging. So don't, expect that you understand everything. That's too ambitious. You understand everything in the class, given especially now we are in this pandemic, we are online. So you probably will have many questions. And the office hour is for you to ask those questions. And your professor, she or he won't be busy. She will reserve this time just for you. So use it. You will be the most successful students in your class.
I agree, Jing. The only thing I would add is, so at the very beginning of the semester, every professor has to announce that they have these office hours specifically designed for students to come into their office. So if your instructors do not announce them, make sure that you ask them, because at any point during the semester, you should be able to go to those office hours and ask them any questions that you may have about assignments. But even beyond assignments, one of the things that I always recommend to my students is visit office hours just to also meet your professors, because eventually during your academic career, you may need a reference to put on any of your job applications, or maybe applications to transfer or graduate school. So the more you begin to develop these relationships with your professors, including in office hours, the more you will have the ability to put them down as a reference. One of the things that often really surprises me is students that I had years ago that used to visit my office hours and will now ask me if I could write a letter of recommendation. And because I know them so well and we had really quality conversations in those office hours, I will most likely say yes. And I've had so many students that, thank God, have gotten into really good schools because of those letters of recommendation.
Kudos to your students.
I'm sure you have those experiences too, Jing.
Yes, like I said before, most successful students, they visit my office hour most often. So I see a few actually comments on the chat box, on the comments discussion. Many students say they haven't heard any professor yet or received any syllabus yet. Well, I think now our fall semester hasn't started. Next week, your professor may 100% will help you go through the syllabus. So just give your professor a few days to prepare. Like now, I'm still preparing for my syllabus. So like I said before, it's such an important document. I have to put my my soul into it to design the best learning experience for my students. So please, students, give us a little bit more time, so you will receive your syllabus next week, early next week, maybe on Sunday you will see that. Okay, and if you have any questions about your syllabus, feel free to reach out to your professor. I think we will be more than happy to explain that to you. Okay.
Yeah, that's great, Jing. So for a lot of people who are commenting, when am I going to hear from my professors? The one thing I will say is be patient, right? Especially now that we're all virtual, because your professors will get in touch with you and they will start communicating with you. If not the weekend before the semester begins, which is this upcoming weekend, they will do so during the first day when the classes begin. So all the professors will communicate at different times, but just be patient. You'll get the syllabus eventually from them. They will talk to you. You'll be just fine. One of the things that you should be on the lookout for is all professors are going to have to send you the information on how to get into the Zoom classes, and they'll send you the Zoom links for you to do so. It may be on the syllabus, it might be in an email, but please be on the lookout for that, because it is through Zoom mostly that you will be meeting your professors this semester. If you are unable to access Canvas at the moment, we do have a Canvas hotline, and Academic Affairs can also help you with this. The Canvas hotline is open 24 hours a day for students. If you have any difficulties with Canvas, I often tell my students to call them if it's not something that they will find an answer to in the syllabus. We can share those resources with you, but if you type in, if you just Google Canvas Student Hotline, because Canvas is used all, you can easily find the number that you can call. Okay, I think, but I will go ahead with the questions and try to answer them myself as well. So the next question that we have is, what resources on campus should students take advantage of to help them be successful in college? I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, and I want to begin by saying that there are so many resources on campus. In fact, there is a student resources page that was created, especially during the time of the COVID pandemic, in case you need assistance. So assistance for food insecurity, housing insecurity, financial aid. As soon as you become a student, you have access to all of those resources because the school is there for you. So I would encourage you to look for some of these resources that are emergency resources for you. Otherwise, there's lots of resources for you through the library. Also, tutoring resources for you that you can take advantage of. We have a tutoring center in a brand new, very beautiful building center on campus, and they're also incorporated in the library. So those tutoring services are there for you. If you know you have some skills that you can sharpen up a little bit before you start the semester or during the semester, such as writing or English and grammar, I strongly encourage you to look for those as well. Keep in mind too, some of the resources are discipline specific. And what I mean by that is, if you're in a math class and you need a lot of help with math, talk to your professor, because there are math specific resources and tutoring that is available for that department that may not often be advertised to the whole school. Another example is in public speaking classes or the communication studies discipline that I am in, we have a resource that is called the Speech Lab, where if you have a lot of difficulties with speaking, or you have what we call high public speaking apprehension or nervousness, then I can direct you to when the Speech Lab is open so that you can get a lot of the resources and assistance there as well, right? Jing, so the question that we are answering right now is, what resources on campus should students take advantage of? And I talked about the general COVID-19 emergency resources, library resources, tutoring, and then discipline-specific resources. Would you like to add anything to that?
Yeah, can I share my screen?
I think so.
Okay,
Matt,
so
is that?
because, thank you, Luis, for taking the questions while I was logged off.
No problem.
Actually, I just finished one course of my Geography 5 for scholars. And you can see, let me share my screen right here. Share. Okay, can you see my screen here? Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you can see on Canvas, this is for my students. And on my module, we have this resources module. So you can see in Santa Monica College, we have so many resources available, like DSPS Center, like counseling, like the program and services, and library, like Luis mentioned, and tutoring. Okay, and more resources, including writing center, financial aid, and so on. And in addition to that, we also have discipline-specific resources, like Luis mentioned. Like me, I teach in STEM, which is science, technology, education, and math. We have STEM program. I can see my students, they benefit a lot from this STEM program. So check it out if you're in a STEM, the fields. Okay, and including physics, I think, chemistry, and many things. Humanity, I don't know very much information about it, but I think Luis can mention it.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, okay.
Anything else, Jing, on resources?
Let's see, because I see the share screen, you cannot see that clear. Let me see. The next page, I also have other things. Oh, like Canvas.
I think you stopped sharing.
Oh.
I think you stopped sharing your screen too.
Sorry. Let's see, cancel. We also have the like math technique support, because we are online, and you probably will encounter many issues about your Canvas and many other things. So feel free to reach out the Canvas support, especially in our school, okay, and our IT department. And another way, I just realized it, you also can find those resources on our main beautiful new website for Santa Monica College. So if you go to the homepage, okay, and you have this menu here. Let's see, student support. Okay, go there, you will find all our resources available on campus. So I will copy this URL and share that in our discussion, the box. So bookmark this website and you can find more. Oh, another thing I just realized, sorry, just too many resources, guys. We have our Facebook for Santa Monica College. If you're first year students, we also have a specific group for first year college, first year college students, or they call themselves the freshmen, the group. I know they exist. And also student club, they have their Facebook, the group, and also Twitter, the community. So reach out to other senior students, get yourself joined in those groups, and you will receive a lot of information, very useful information and tips how to succeed in college.
I know that there's been a couple of comments in the discussion box about why are my classes not showing up in Canvas? And so just related to what Professor Jing was talking about, so just like the syllabus, a lot of your instructors will not publish their classes in Canvas until the day of, or even a couple of minutes before the class begins. So just be on the lookout for that. The classes are not all yet published. Canvas, in fact, sometimes puts some restrictions on instructors as well, where we can't communicate with you until the weekend before the semester begins. Right. So these are excellent questions. There's also a similar question about what about the books? So some of the instructors have already informed the bookstore what books you will be needing. Other instructors are not going to tell you until the semester begins. So again, be patient there. You may hear that some instructors are utilizing an OER. And what that is, it's an open educational resource. What that means is it's a textbook or some kind of booklet that is free online for students to use. So for instance, in my classes, I mostly only use OERs or open educational resources, which are free textbooks because I want to reduce the cost for students. And they're all free. So it's very helpful sometimes for students because you don't have to spend anything on the texts that are used in the classrooms, okay? And just be patient. A lot of your instructors are going to give you all of this information in due time. And sometimes even, like I said, cutting it close to when the class will begin.
And also, I think you cannot access to Canvas before the semester starts. So yeah, the new courses for the fall in the fall semester will show up on your Canvas, the dashboard, on Monday at the midnight. So yeah, so keep in mind that.
Okay, so let me now transition to our next question on our list, and that is, Jin, why is it important for students to keep track of their grades, and how can students keep track of their own grades?
Well, that is the most important question, guys. Track your grades. Why it's important? Like I mentioned before, you are in the center of your education in college. So just like keep track, keep your eyes on your bank account, right? You need to monitor your grades and to see how you improve your grades. Stay communicate with your professor for the the learning tips and the study guide. So that is the most important thing. Sometimes at the beginning, especially if you are the first year students, well, you may need a few weeks to get used to the pace and the teaching style and the learning style of your class. So be patient and keep yourself on the right track, and you will improve. Another thing I want to mention is your professor will evaluate you, assess your academic performance from many perspectives. It's not just, the one final exam. You have maybe online discussion, you have, some essays, you have smaller quizzes, many things. So keep tracking your grades is super important because you probably will, if you don't do that, you may miss something, okay? Yeah.
Yes, so one of the things that I will add is, I think some of you are very familiar with the GPA system, the grade point average system. Oftentimes there are students that will come into college and will kind of forget about that. And so the first classes, they'll just kind of take them and it's like, all right, I'm getting familiar with the college environment, that's cool and all. But one of the things that I'll tell you is, if you are the type of student who already knows you want to transfer to a really good school or go to graduate school, it's very important that you keep track of your grades from class to class, because here, both your general education requirement classes as well as your major classes are going to be very important. So if you are competitive and you want to get into a really good four-year education school, then make sure that you keep track of your GPA starting now. Because oftentimes when you are on your second year, almost ready to transfer, and you realize, oh my gosh, my grades were not as good as I wanted them at my first year, it might be because you're not being mindful of them. So it's really important to keep in mind, my grades are going to be important. They're all going to, in the end, add up into a GPA. And if you're, again, the type of student that wants to transfer to a very good school, this is going to be important, okay? Nicole, you're back with us. Can you hear us? We're on the question.
I can hear you.
Awesome. We're on the question of, why is it important for students to keep track of their own grades, and how can students keep track of their own grades?
Okay. All right. So first of all, I'd like to say this is obviously an exercise in persistence. Obviously, I could not get into the meeting at 10 a.m. when it started. I have used two computer devices. One I could hear and not see, and the other one I can see and not hear. And so now I'm on my phone on a teeny tiny little screen, so I cannot see the discussion at all, nor can I see the picture of myself but I know I'm here and I can see you all. So sometimes it just takes that little extra effort to make sure that you get in and get on task. And so I'm going to back up just a little bit, and I'm not going to speak too long because I may be being repetitive to what my colleagues have already said. But I do want to address one question, which are what is the difference between high school and college? And in my opinion, one of the primary differences between high school and college is that in high school, you did the great majority of your work in class with instructor support. And in college, you have to be much more proactive about advocating for yourself. So there is a lot more homework. So I feel like the responsibilities have shifted. Like your teachers bore a higher level of responsibility in terms of you completing your work in high school. And in college is different. I remember in my teaching career, I gave an in-class essay exam, and I had a student who was absent the day of the exam, and so she earned a 0% on that exam because she was absent, and she did not contact me. And so when she returned to class, I pulled her to the side and I said, we really need to talk about the fact that you missed my exam and therefore you earned a 0%. And she said to me, "Oh, I was absent that day." And I said, "Yes, that's correct. That's why you received a 0%." And she was like, "No, I was absent that day." And it took me, after that conversation, I really didn't understand what she was saying. I'll be perfectly honest. After that conversation, I realized that what she meant was, since I was absent, I just need to make it up. That's not exactly the way it works in college. Just because you're absent doesn't, like in my classroom, just because you're absent when we're on the ground doesn't mean that you can't turn your homework in. It's still due the day it's due, whether you're in class or not. So the level of responsibility and the onus on you is a lot higher. Some of you in high school may have had special resources or special services from, let's say, from some special education resources to support your learning, and your parents were the primarily responsible for those resources. In colleges, it's you. You're the adult. You're a young adult. You have to advocate for yourself. And so that's the message I want to get across: self advocacy. If you are lonely, join a group. Do not be lonely in college. It is unnecessary. There's a group for anything you want to do. We have wonderful campus clubs here at SMC. I one time asked my students to write an essay about if there were a club that you were creating, which you can do at any time, that doesn't already exist on the campus, what would it be? And I had 3 students in one class say that they just wanted a makeup club where, to decompress, they wanted to go into a room and apply makeup to people who wanted makeup. Well, I personally could benefit from that because I don't do my makeup that well, and they could relieve some stress. And so, whatever your interests are, whatever your passions are, there is likely somebody else on the campus that is shared with. So, first, you should pursue what clubs or options are available for me. And if it's not available, create it. Be your own self advocate. Even with the office hours, which I think was another question, these office hours are for you. You don't need to make an appointment to see your instructor during office hours. Those are drop-in office hours. When an instructor says, "This is where I will be at that time," that's what you should expect. If that instructor is not going to be there, typically they will send you an email. Now, obviously, we're in a virtual environment and that's a little different, but office hours still apply. So for me, I hold office hours from Monday through Thursday at 11 or 11:30. I haven't decided yet, until 1 or 1:30. I haven't decided yet. And I'm available in Canvas chat. That's where you can find me at that time if you need some additional support from me. But again, you have to self advocate. You have to reach out to make sure you're getting the support that you need. So in college, please feel like we are accessible. We are here for you. We want you to ask the question. We want you to ask the question. And so in terms of your grades, you should be able to track your own grades. It's, since we're in this virtual environment, I think it may have become that much easier at this point because we're all in Canvas now. And there's a function where you can track your grades in Canvas. And I will encourage you to do so. One of the reasons is because your instructors are still inputting the grades, so there's still room for human error. So you need to be tracking and making sure that we're holding each other accountable in this process. And if you haven't performed well on something, you should be approaching your instructor and asking questions. What can I do to improve this work? thank you for making these comments. This comment I didn't understand, because that's how we learn. That's how we grow. And the grades are important, but the learning is more important. And so the grades should actually reflect the level of learning that you are achieving. So we shouldn't just rest with the grades. If you received a C on an assignment, yes, that is a passing grade, but it is worth a conversation with your instructor to see why wasn't it an A, or to read your instructor's comments and get some additional clarity. Getting to know your instructors is challenged by the fact that we're in this virtual environment, but not impossible. And for those of you particularly who are planning to transfer, you will still at some point need letters of recommendation for your instructors. This is a good time to start building those relationships. And the way you build those relationships is to be present. Now, in my classroom, I'm completely asynchronous, which means that I am not having scheduled times to meet my students in Zoom. So the efforts for me to get to know you and you to get to know me will be just that, an effort. But if we both put it forward, I have tried to build things into the lesson planning and curriculum that allow for us to interact in some meaningful ways. And I am available Monday through Thursday during my office hours. So you absolutely can get some FaceTime with me. We absolutely can get to know each other. But again, it's going to require your self advocacy. The reason that you are in this session right now is because we are trying to empower you to be the best student in this environment that you can be.
That is so wonderful, Nicole. You summarized really
Thank you.
our whole entire workshop. Thank you. Yes. I know that there are some questions in the comment box. So since we are close to running out of time, maybe we can address some of those. So some of the ones that I saw consistently were, let's see, how do we create a club? How do we learn about these clubs? How can we join these clubs?
I just posted the website on our discussion the box. So you need to go to associate students, the page. So let me share the screen here. Just click on these clubs. You will find more information here. Okay, clubs right here, associate students. Okay.
And we will have, I'm almost certain we're going to have Club Row, even though we're virtual this semester. So look out for Club Row, which will be booths. Just like we're in this platform right now, this platform will be available for Club Row, and you will see the booths for the different clubs that are already available, and you'll be able to join those booths and get some more information about those individual clubs. So that's typically around Halloween, somewhere around there.
There's going to be clubs on Thursday also from 3 to 4, 3 and 4.
Perfect.
One thing that I will add is that at Santa Monica College, we have a system that's pretty unique. And that is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have what we call the activity hour, which is when most clubs have their individual meetings. And it takes place between 11:15 and 12:45. So it's really important that you keep this in mind, because if you have any classes that are during this time, again, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 11:15 to 12:45, it may overlap with some of your club meetings. So just be on the lookout, but it's kind of a unique feature that we have at Santa Monica College. It's called the Activity Club. I'm sorry, the Activity Hour. I have another very important question from Janae. How do you navigate if your professor doesn't upgrade grades till the last 2 days of the class, because that is what happened in a summer class? Oh, no.
No.
First sadness.
So you need to be asking questions. Again, it is self-advocacy. You're going to have to, so offer us a little grace. This is difficult for us too. This environment is difficult for us too. It's difficult for all of us. The last 2 days before the class ends, though, doesn't allow you an opportunity to adjust as needed. So again, you're going to have to approach the instructor, but with specific questions. Like, one of the things is, the question is not, oh, how am I doing? That's not the question. It's too general. It's too broad, and it's really not what you mean. Ask what you mean. I turned in this assignment, and I realize that you haven't had a chance to post a response yet. But if there's an opportunity for me to improve it, I would like to take advantage of that opportunity. So when can I expect to get this assignment back? So that's a respectful way to ask a very specific question.
I agree. One of the things, just as a little side note, because we're running out of time again, that I'd like to share is a lot of you, especially during these times of a pandemic, may be having so many internal and mental health issues and problems that you may be facing at home or because of the stress of going to college now, et cetera, et cetera. I want to remind you that we also have resources for mental health. So we have the Center for Wellness and Wellbeing, which is a very, very good campus resource available to all of our students. So anytime that you need any assistance, you want to talk to anyone about any of the mental health dilemmas that you may be experiencing, please talk to your instructors, but also most importantly, take advantage of the Center for Wellness and Wellbeing, because we've invested so much money into it and so many resources into this center. Knowing that we have a pandemic, right? It's not anything to be taken lightly. We are here for you and your mental well-being. And if you don't first address that component of yourself, if you don't first learn to love yourself, then you may not do well in your classes. So just keep that in mind. These are also services that are available to you that may be very beneficial. Okay? You want to add anything to that, Jane?
I think that's perfect.
And I just want to say, since we are at the end of our time, if you have any specific questions for any panelists, please do feel free to email us. You have our names in the description for this session, and you can feel free to email us so we can address anything any questions that may not have been answered in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, so we are going to wrap up our workshop today. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, so many questions may come up at any point. Feel free to reach out to us or any of our resources on campus. We are very excited and they're with you. We're about to start a whole new semester and we're in this together. We wish you the best of luck today and always. Welcome to SMC.
Welcome to SMC.
Welcome, everyone. Best luck. How to do this?